Hello, everybody. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811. 877-381-3811. By the way, I hope you'll check out conservativereview.com. Conservativereview.com. In part, I like to refer to it as the non-birther site. Very substantive, really good stuff going on there. Just check it out. Folks, it is time, long past time, and we've talked about this for some time and a long time ago. It's time for a special prosecutor for Hillary Clinton. I know some of my old prosecutor buddies hate special prosecutors. I'm not enamored with them. But when you have a corrupt administration and a corrupt attorney general and a Department of Injustice, when you have an FBI that has to report up through to the attorney general for the attorney general to sign off on such an indictment, or maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, although I think not, you need a special prosecutor. My friend Joe DeGenovese is a good man, U.S. attorney, former U.S. attorney in Washington, D.C. He feels the FBI is going to do something in 60 days. But the FBI can't do anything if the attorney general doesn't let them. Typically, the way this works is it's taken out of the hands of any U.S. attorney's office. It's moved into Main Justice. It has to go through the Public Integrity Unit within the Criminal Division. The Criminal Division is headed by another Obama hack. It works its way up to the Associate Attorney General of the United States, another Obama hack. Then it eventually gets to the Attorney General of the United States, another Obama hack. So it's not a question of whether the FBI is doing its job, although it could be with respect to Comey. Everybody's big on Comey. I've had some issues with him in some of his positions. But let's pretend everything's fine with Comey. You have to go through 3 layers of political appointees. Special prosecutors have been appointed for a hell of a lot less than this. Hillary Clinton is corrupt through and through, ladies and gentlemen. She is corrupt. Whether she's lying about emails, she's always involved in cover-ups and quid pro quos. Now she's proposing a super rich tax of 5%. The issue is, how did she get super rich? She invent something? No. She and Big Dummy, her husband, she and Big Dummy have been selling their positions past, present, and future. Peter Schweizer wrote an outstanding book on this subject. Outstanding book. But this is from FoxNews.com. The FBI investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of private email as Secretary of State has expanded to look at whether the possible intersection of Clinton Foundation work and State Department business may have violated public corruption laws. 3 intelligence sources not authorized to speak on the record told Fox. Now, let me caution this. If you think this is what's going to take out Hillary in this election, you're wrong. Even if she's indicted, I predict she'll keep running for office. She'll keep running for office. And there's enough stupid people out there, leftists we like to call them, who will say, oh, she's put upon because she's a woman. This new investigative track is in addition to the focus on classified material found on Clinton's personal server. The agents are investigating the possible intersection of Clinton Foundation donations, the dispensation of State Department contracts, and whether regular processes were followed, one source said. Now, the development follows press reports over the past year about the potential overlap of the State Department and Clinton Foundation work and questions over whether donors benefited from their contacts inside the administration. The Clinton Foundation is a public charity, a 501c3. It had grants and contributions in excess of $144 million in 2013 alone. Inside the FBI, pressure is growing to pursue the case. One intelligence source, the odd thing is here, intelligence source. This wouldn't be really related to intelligence sources. This would be related to criminal investigative sources. But anyway, one intelligence source told Fox News that FBI agents would be screaming if a prosecution is not pursued because many previous public corruption cases have been made and successfully prosecuted with much less evidence than what is emerging in this investigation. The reason why I'm a little suspect about this, who's screaming about the cover-up on the IRS case? Anybody? Who's screaming about the cover-up on Fast and Furious? Anybody? Not so far. Not within the Justice Department, a.k.a. the Injustice Department. And it goes on. So we'll see. But that said, shouldn't we be clamoring for, demanding, as a people, that this corrupt leading Democrat, who's not leading all that much, by the way, against an old man, an old communist, Bernie Sanders, that she be subjected to a special prosecutor investigation with the FBI, of course. I guess I could talk about birther stuff, but it seems to me this is more important. This is very important. A special prosecutor. We still don't have a grand jury because prosecutors have to impanel these grand juries, or at least refer investigations to or take over a grand jury that's impaneled for other reasons. And that hasn't been done. So who's the prosecutor in charge of this case? The FBI isn't just running around on its own. So who is the prosecutor who's working with Mr. Comey? Does anybody know? I haven't heard so far. Maybe DeGeneva knows. Maybe somebody knows. But they ought to let us all know. I'd be curious. Who's the prosecutor in the public integrity section of the criminal division? Or is this being handled by the political appointee who runs the criminal division? Or the person, that is, who ultimately reports to Loretta Lynch? Who is the prosecutor overseeing this case? I'll ask the relevant questions because I know how it works inside the Justice Department. It's not enough to say that the FBI is investigating. Because in the FBI, in the end, the FBI doesn't pull the trigger. It doesn't call the shots. It makes recommendations. This is considered an extremely high-profile public matter that works its way straight up through the political infrastructure of the Department of Injustice. Again, the head of the criminal division. Again, the Associate Attorney General of the United States. That's the number 3. Then to the Attorney General of the United States. The president typically doesn't have any say in it. But he does a lot of winking and ear-touching and signaling, doesn't he? But I'm not so sure in the end if Obama wouldn't mind taking out Hillary Clinton. We've speculated about that before. But it's the job of the FBI and real prosecutors not to worry about all that stuff. It's their job to do their job. And it should be very interesting to find out if they do. So I would appreciate it if the Republicans would start focusing on a little bit, just a little bit on this. I would appreciate it if they would start demanding for a special prosecutor. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. When they're done looking at Ted Cruz's mother's, birth certificate. Just a little bit. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.